Wonder Bread powder. Now, I've gotten a lot of comments and requests to try all kinds of interesting things, but this one stuck out to me. I'm not sure why, it just did. But the person said, you should try bread. I said, okay, any particular kind? And they said, the cheapest, most horrible kind of bread with the most preservatives, the better. Well, what other bread could there be besides Wonder Bread that fits those qualifications? So I made a special trip to the grocery store just to pick up Wonder Bread because I don't typically eat something like that. Not that I'm picky. And I decided to char it up. Now, I cut the crust off of this, as you can see, because I'm not going to make any black powder with crust. No, I'm just kidding. I charred up the whole thing. I don't really think it would matter. So this stuff is made with the Wonder Bread charcoal at a ratio of 77 parts potassium nitrate, 13 parts charcoal, and 10 parts sulfur. Now, I saw in the last video, there was a bunch of comments of people saying that they thought I was mistaken about the charcoal number that I gave you. So let me go over it one more time. I make 200-gram batches when I do tests like these at a ratio of 77, 13, 10 for easy figuring for 100 grams. That's 13 grams of charcoal times 2 for 26 grams of charcoal. Now, one thing I've noticed when it comes to charcoals for sporting powder is the density of the charcoal can vary widely. I've found that in my experience that the less dense, the more light and fluffy the charcoal, for example, the toilet paper or balsa, seems to make the best black powder, the cleanest and the fastest. This charcoal was very dense. It did not take a lot of volume to equal 26 grams of charcoal. Also, this stuff was hard as a rock and smelled really bad. It had almost like a burnt paint or car fire kind of smell, which we thought was interesting. It didn't smell like burnt toast, I could tell you that. It smelled like a car fire, if anybody knows what that smells like. That's like burning plastic or burning paint is what it smelled like. So anyway, we did all the usual stuff. We milled it for 24 hours using brass media. It's compressed to a ratio of, a density of, I think I took a picture of it. Either way, I calculate the density when it comes to new charcoals. I'll do a video on that, on how to calculate it if you're new to this. But the easiest, fastest way to do it, and I've been doing it a while, so I know how much to compress it, is I just pour out 50 grains in my volumetric measure, and then I weigh it to see what it is. And if you're between 1.7 and 1.8 grams per cubic centimeter, it should be right about 50 grains, which this stuff definitely was, as you can see here. So here's how the Wonder Bread charcoal performed. So this is our Wonder Bread powder. Shot number 1. Wow. 1,500. That felt pretty wimpy.
Yeah. Didn't sound too good. 1,500, huh?
1,500. A lot of people have been talking about using sugar.
I saw that.
A lot of people have been mentioning the sugar thing. And on our poll that we took, somebody mentioned, like, if you are using Wonder Bread, it's going to be mostly sugar anyway.
That sounds about right.
Not terrible. Shot number 2 with the Wonder Bread. Hung a little bit. 1511. Well, it's leaps and bounds better than the carbon black, that's for sure.
That is correct. What was the first shot? 12 something?
1500.
Was it? I thought it was like 12 something.
Oh, the carbon black?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It was 1200 something.
1245.
And then the next one was like 1300.
Yeah, it had a spread of over 100 feet per second.
Yeah, that stuff was junk.
It was absolutely filthy. This really isn't that bad. It's not powerful, but it doesn't seem to be really dirty. Shot number 3 with the Wunderbred. You did that just to embarrass me. Had the same, we had the same thing happen with, was it the cotton?
You know what? I think it was the cotton. Or it was the, that other toilet paper.
Yeah, it might have been the quilted northern.
Yeah, whatever that stuff was.
Shot number 3. $15.97.
That stuff smells funny.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Smell like burnt toast.
It doesn't smell like normal powder.
No, it doesn't, huh?
That's what I mean. It doesn't smell normal. Yeah, I don't know.
It's not bad at all. I mean, it's not
great.
It's not great, but shot number 4 with the Wonder Bread. $15.45.
Okay, so mid-15s.
Boy, we haven't had powder that week. Not counting the. That stuff smells strange.
It smells funny, man.
The last time we made powder in the 1500s, that was probably some of the
washed
charcoal stuff.
Yeah. We tried washing it with acetone and alcohol and water and
Yeah, that's
yeah, let's see.
that's not bitching. But it's not horrible either.
I've seen worse.
I've seen seen better too, but
Yeah.
okay, well, the Wonder Bread powder is all yours. Well, let's see how our Wonder Bread did. Had an average of 1,538 feet per second with a max spread of 97. Ugh. And delivers 735 foot-pounds of energy. Well, I've made worse black powder, but this stuff has got to be pretty close to the bottom. It's not the worst, but if you're wondering how this compares to other stuff, I'm going to put a picture of a lot of the other ones we've done. Now, if you're just going for GoX or Swiss or Schutzen or something like that, this is going to underperform all of that stuff. Now, typically in my rifle, If I'm using GoX, and again, all of these shots are with my Kibler Southern Mountain Rifle 45 caliber using a 440 swaged Hornady round ball, a 20 thousandths pillow taking patch, and all of the shots are primed with the same powder they are charged with. It's 50 grains. Did I mention that? It's 50 grains. All of them are 50 grains. Now, that same load with GoX is over 100 feet per second faster on average. About 1660 is what it averages. Swiss 1780, and the Cottonelle powder, which is right at 1900, I think 1797 or something. So as far as velocity, this is super lame. The spread also really wide, 97. That's like GoX wide. Yuck. As far as the cleanliness, it actually wasn't that bad. I've certainly seen dirtier powder. I've made dirtier powder. If you were in a pinch, I suppose, and the only thing you had to make charcoal out of was a loaf of Wonder Bread, this definitely would work, but not worth pursuing further, that's for sure. Now, as far as other stuff we are doing, we have some Scotts 1000, which I've gotten 100,000 requests for probably just cheap Scotts toilet paper. Try that. So we have some of that charred up and ready to go. Well, actually, it's already made. We just haven't tested it yet. I've gotten requests for coconut husk, coffee filters, coffee grounds, corn husk, all kinds of stuff. So I think I'll put up a poll on YouTube here, and I'll pick probably the top 5 or 7 that I've gotten over again, and see what people think. But if you do have anything interesting, like Wonder Bread or something strange, let me know in the comments. I do like to read them, and I'm always up for trying experiments, even if they do turn out really, really bad. So, as usual, folks, if you thought this video didn't suck, do me a favor and hit the like button and consider subscribing. And if you did think it sucked, well, then go make your own damn video.